we celebrate 12 exceptional leaders who have served UFSC Toronto chapter with distinction. It has been 15 years of distinction, perseverance, and inspiration. Paget Warner served as first president from 1997 to 1998.
I thought we were on to a new thing in the city of Toronto. When we were starting out, we needed to build alliances if this was going to be the organization that it was meant to be. I get inspired when we are able to build an organization such as UFSC and see the people whose lives have been touched over the years. I believe in succeeding and helping other people succeed. I do like the biblical line that I can do all things through Christ.
Stanley Julian served as president in 1999.
My reason for being involved in the organization in the first place was to get young people interested in the organization. But the organization has evolved, and obviously today, not just getting young people in the community engaged, but the individuals that are currently in the industry, getting them engaged and moving them higher in their career. I tend to say that anything is possible. In particular, I talk about that quote with young people. More related to my background and my upbringing, and that if I can be so-called successful within this industry, anything is possible for young people as well.
Ray Williams served as president in 2000.
I look back to when I first started in the City of London in the Square Mile, and there weren't very many people like me, and I wished I could have found someone older than me who had the same cultural shortcuts as myself, could provide me with guidance. And that's one of the reasons I think it's so wonderful to have UFSC there. What we're essentially doing is taking the opportunity to say to these kids, look, see me, I'm no different from you. I ate that rice and peas and curry chicken on Sunday too, and don't ask me how much my suit costs. Get yourself an education, then you won't even have to ask that question. I love life. I love to cook. I love my music. I love to read. I love to travel. I love golf. But I do love life.
Earl R. Davis served as president in 2002.
Being president in 2002 was definitely a lot of work, but extremely exciting. To take away time from doing that to put into a volunteer organization says a lot about the commitment and who that person is. And I think UFSC, it's almost like a synergy because people raise each other up to the next level to make time to do everything. But you need a strong team and a motivated team in regards to delegation and knowing where you can let go and trust in the people around you. I like to plant seeds for the future, so it's not all about what is the result tomorrow or what is the immediate result, but I think if you take time to plant seeds, what you get out of that, what you're able to grow from that is much greater than having a shorter term sort of vision.
Kurankie Seki Otu served as president in 2003.
I'm very proud of the organization, of the work we do, particularly in the community, young people of color, inspire them, mentor them. My theme for the year was Walk Strong. Essentially what that means is be confident, feel that you can accomplish anything, inspiring others with your example. My father always used to say this to me growing up, show me your friend and I'll show you your character.
Dion England served as president in 2004.
Being around people who are driven, successful, community-minded people, that's something that inspires me. The dreams that I have for the UFSC are for the most part already being realized with the presidents who have come after me in terms of really growing the membership and making the UFSC into a very relevant and vibrant organization within Toronto. 3 words that would describe myself would be driven, enthusiastic, and a relationship builder. My favorite quote is from Winston Churchill, and it goes, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts."
Nicola Brown served as president in 2005.
My theme for my presidency was knowledge is power. It was to educate our membership through our professional development and our group mentorship program, and also to educate our community. I'm actually inspired by people who are positive. When I'm with people that have a positive attitude, it makes me feel as though I can achieve anything. I describe myself as a person who acts with integrity, a person who is authentic, and someone who is dependable. My favorite quote is, "What doesn't kill us will make us stronger."
Andrew R. McAllister served as president in 2006.
Growing up, I was told a lot of times that I couldn't do something. And when you're a kid, 5 years old, and hearing that you can't do something, you might think of kids who perhaps have listened to that and just decided, yeah, I can't do anything, I'll never be anything. And just hearing that from a teacher in Barbados, it inspired me to not succeed, but overly succeed and be the best in anything that I set my mind to. I remember being in final year university, and I wanted to send out a resume that would stand out. I created little business cards for myself, and I put my name up in bold, and on the top I had a mantra, and it said, "Committed to constant development." It's something I actually live by, and always looking at, there's gotta be another way to look at something so that we can get the best.
Zamal White served as president in 2007.
2007 was the year that I was actually president, and that was our 10th year in Toronto. So with that came a lot of excitement. We were going to be celebrating at the end of the year. My theme that year was leadership through excellence. Favorite quote, well, I'm a Christian, and so the Bible has so many different ones, but the one that comes to mind is Philippians 4:13, where it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."
Gavin A.S. Douglas served as president in 2008.
My dream for the organization is to be the premier organization that other community-based organizations will look to when they need help, guidance in terms of financial services. I think one of the problems in our community is that we look for instant gratification, and that's a huge downfall. So what inspires me is growth. My daughter growing, teaching, and inspiration. My favorite quote is, "If you think you're too big for a small job, then you're too small for a big job."
Marlon Reed served as president from 2009 to 2010.
Bringing financial literacy, exposing kids to financial services is really why UFSC is critical and very important to our community. Really about the fact that we speak in 2 languages, the language of business and the language of the community. Speaking the language of the community is really what we want to make sure that the kids out there understand, that we haven't lost anything. My favorite quote, this is a quote by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. "The heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night."
Davina Reed has been president from 2011.
My theme and focus has been awareness inspired. Firstly, meaning raising the awareness of UFSC Toronto in the community. Secondly, raising awareness about the issues that impact our community. Thirdly, it would be inspiring our community, inspiring our members to get involved and partake in the activities that we do for our community outreach and make a change in the community. I do have a favorite quote. It's a quote by Benjamin E. Mays. It goes like this: "It must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. It isn't a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It is not a disaster to be unable to capture your ideal, but it is a disaster to have no ideal to capture."
sweat off your chin. Come on, let's get going. Don't you ever focus on who puts what in. Don't watch the clock, time ain't stopping. You got an open shot, you're so close to the top. Can you get it?